guys, it's Cruz, and this video is about the buyer's decision-making process and understanding where the actual leads come from and what types of leads we're dealing with as a closer. And the reason why this is important, I'm about to go through the buyer's decision-making ruler and scale from 0 to 10 so that you can actually understand the mindset of the prospect and their entry point by the time they've gone through the marketing and where the leads actually coming from, for instance, through like Instagram or Facebook, because then these leads are going to be coming in different mindsets based on the amount of content that they've seen from the brand or the style of lead that it is. And the reason why this is important, there's gold in every single lead. But as a salesperson, it actually allows you to intuitively understand where the person is at in the process, so you can make the most educated decision on how to actually approach this person if they're more skeptical and have the strategies to do so. Or if the person's more warm, for instance, they're like a word of mouth lead or organic lead that's been following the brand for a long time, they're going to be a lot more warmer by the time they come into the entry point where they're talking to you. So we need to actually understand this, the decision-making process, but also understand where the leads come from so that you can have the best possible ability to convert these leads and take them through the customer journey. So I'm about to share this slide with you. This is a very powerful video in the sense of understanding this process. So all we're doing when we're selling, this makes selling very predictable every single time, is we're taking people from a certain state of mind where basically they could be skeptical, they're not even aware that they have a problem, they're not even aware that the brand or whatever the program or offer is exists. So they're going to come to us in what we call an entry point. This is where they actually enter the sales process and they talk to the salesperson or the closer or yourself for the first time from the first 15-minute introduction call. So when they come in, their current state of mind is normally going to probably be skeptical or not know who you are. So when I call people, it's always like, hey, is that John there, is it? And sometimes you guys have just gotten out of bed and you're like, who's this? Who's this? Who's this? And then I go, yeah, it's Cruz here from Six Figure Closer. You put your details in, you applied for the opportunity, and you go, oh yeah. I know, I caught some of you out doing that. So the idea here is that some of these leads are going to be maybe a little bit more warmer, depending on where they've come through, or some might not have seen as much content. So the idea is we're shifting them from their current state, being skeptical, not knowing who you are as a salesperson, and we go up the scale from 0 to 2 to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to the desired state where they're ready to buy. They've got so much trust and certainty in you, the program, the product, the brand, and trust and certainty in themselves that you've instilled in them, and they're ready to buy. When we know how to do this, we know how to do it every single time through a sales process. And I've given you basically the playbook and a process that naturally does this for people, but I want you to understand this concept so you know the entry point of when someone's coming into the sales process, and you know how to guide them from their current state where they're skeptical, where they don't know who you are, and strategies and techniques. By the time that you do your 15-minute introduction call with them, you qualify them, you're shifting them to the point where they're at a level 5 and 6 on the buyer's decision-making process scale. And then you have a conversation with them for about an hour to 90 minutes and you convert them into a client. Ideally, by the time you ask for the business and you mention price, they're going to be at an 8 out of a 10 in their desired state of mind, trusting you, certain in the process. They've got massive rapport. They like you. They trust you. They want to buy from you. They love the brand, the program, and product aligns from the way that we do it. So that was just a quick run over. And the key for this is that we're creating a decision-making mindset in our buyer, a decision-making mindset in our buyer. When we can know how to guide someone to an easy decision, shift them from being on the scale of between 0 and 1 all the way up to an 8 or a 10 by the time we ask for the business, sales becomes easy, it becomes very predictable. Now I'm going to go through where the leads come through. I hope that made sense. There's been 2 videos on this now because I really want you to understand this and intuitively where you're guiding this person from their current state of reality to their desired state, and how we do that through different resources, content, through an introduction 15-minute call, and then the life-changing call or pitch, which goes for an hour. So we're going to be going through where the leads come from. So you can see on this page here, there's a variety of ways, and these are just some where these, through the sales and marketing of these coaching companies, influencers, and businesses, they're going to have different strategies and techniques based on their setup of how they actually get leads. So the first type of lead that normally comes through is people put out lead magnets guides, checklists online. So this could be like a fat loss guide, like 12 secrets to a bikini body, 12 secrets to remove tuck shop arms and tone up your body for summer. It could be one of mine, like 12 secrets to $100,000 week. It could be, 5 steps to 52K in under 5 hours. So these are like ebooks, guides, checklists, like 10-point checklists to getting unlimited leads. These are like these little downloadable freebies that you get online. So these are just easy ones for people to grab people's emails and grab the leads. So these leads are normally, I would say, a little bit more skeptical when they come in if they haven't seen as much content, because it's just been a simple freebie and they're probably not expecting that you're going to call them. So just be aware of that with the mindset that lead magnet guides and checklist leads come through, that they might not be as warm as, for instance, if we look across here and we go to a referral or word of mouth lead where, potentially you've asked one of your prospects that you've already sold in and they've referred you because you've gotten them awesome results or something to your business. There's already that trust because they've got a friend that's been in the program, right? So those leads are going to be a lot more warmer. So when you're in the sales process, this person could be already at like a 5 or 6 on the decision-making scale versus a lead magnet guide or checklist sort of type lead. They'd be more skeptical. They'd be between a 0 and 2, right? Hope that makes sense. So some other leads that we have is sometimes these influencers and coaches and business owners will have a Facebook group where they're giving continual value. So these are normally pretty warm leads because they're seeing content every single day. They're seeing videos that you're putting out through like a public Facebook group. We also have ebooks, free giveaways. We have value-based content. So value-based content is like Facebook lives, lives that you might have seen Gary Vee and other influencers out there do with, or myself, where there's like subtitles in them. There's like a heading that's very captivating and it's like a value-based topic or content. Like I could talk about like fear of rejection or how to increase your conversion or how to eliminate and handle objections, like value-based content, right? Then we have email-based leads. So this is through email marketing where you're getting emails. You might be on their subscriber list and they're sending you out emails all the time. We also have application leads. So these leads, application leads, are normally a little bit warmer because they're coming to you, the mindset, they've applied for an opportunity. So I have an application style marketing campaign at the moment where people are applying to hear more about the opportunity for a free training of becoming a 6-figure closer. Or they could be applying for like an opportunity for a 12-week body transformation, 12-week transformation to get a bikini body. They could be applying for like maybe like a 12-week boost your business and get leads online, Facebook type application process, right? So that's like an application funnel. They're actually applying for like an opportunity to hear more about an opportunity to work with you. And this is through Facebook or Instagram. We also have webinars. So these are like masterclasses, online trainings, if you've ever been on those. So these leads are normally more warm because they've either been built a lot of value and then you talk to them as a salesperson, or maybe the owner of the company or influencer like me. I run masterclasses as well. I've already pitched them, and then you're either jumping off the back of it and you're just basically taking the details and taking the deposit and the money and answering any questions, or you might be calling these leads and they've already been pitched and then you're figuring out what went on and then converting them from there. We also have live events and workshop leads. So this is where someone runs like a free 3-hour like value night face-to-face where they put on content, and normally there's a pitch or offer at the end of these nights if you've been to them before. So that's one way where the leads come from, that you could be calling leads that have already been pitched before or gone to one of my events or one of these coaches or influencers events out there, and you're calling these people and you're bringing them through the process and they've already been to a face-to-face event live in person for 3 hours on a night where they've seen and gotten value. Then we have organic leads. So organic leads are basically leads like that where you're not paying for the advertising. So they're coming from like, for instance, my normal personal Facebook profile, or organically through your business, with the business page, or through Instagram and Facebook stories. So these are free leads where they're just coming through your organic normal network and you're not actually boosting the Facebook or Instagram post. Normally organic leads are very warm because they've been watching your journey for a long time. They've got you on Facebook, they've got you on Instagram or LinkedIn or Twitter, and they've been seeing your content for a while. So the idea here is the more content that people see and the more value people have before they even talk to you on the phone, the more they're going to be moved up the decision-making process, and they might be at like a 3 or a 4 instead of like a 0 to 2. And it doesn't matter either way, because in the sales process, we're going to be giving them like 4 pieces of valuable content that actually shift them up this scale. And we've got a very strong process, because I was mostly calling lead magnet and hook leads, right, which are the lower quality leads that you would be calling. They're still awesome. And I was converting at over 80%, $23,000 program. So I don't want you to have that as a limiting belief, because our sales process is adaptable to this. But the reason why I'm sharing it is so that you can understand the mindset that these people are coming in at the entry point where you first talk to this person. So they're organic leads. Then we also have challenge funnel leads. So you might have seen like a 7-day challenge to get leads, a 7-day challenge to basically hit $2,000 in your business, a 7-day challenge to lose 10 kilograms. And these are normally run through a Facebook group, or it could be a 28 day shred challenge. So these are challenges that are ran through like a Facebook group or maybe at a gym. And they're free challenges that business owners run so that they build value. So it's that value base. They get someone like a result, and then they basically at some point during the process, you'll be calling that person up and you'll be pitching them. These leads are normally very hot and warm because they've been through a challenge, and obviously if they've been following through, they've been getting a result already for free. They're familiar with the business owner and familiar with the person, and then you're just converting and closing that person. Another style lead we have is like a contest, where business owners sometimes have a contest marketing-based style campaign out, where they're basically doing a free giveaway of like a $20,000 scholarship to a program, or $7,000, and then they've got heaps of runner-up prizes. So these leads are normally warm because they're in a competition group, they're getting heaps of value, and they're very excited about potentially winning the first prize, which is a free $10,000 scholarship for a year to someone's mastermind or business program or whatever it is, or free 1 year's access to a gym or something like that. Some of you may have come through that, because I use that strategy myself. So these are the different ways, guys. This is understanding where the leads come from, so that you understand how to hit the person in the right mindset at the right time, and you know where they are at in the decision-making process, because all we're trying to do is create a decision-making mindset in our buyer. And it doesn't matter where the leads come from. It's just being adaptable and very intuitive, and actually understanding what strategy to use at the right time based on the right type of lead, and understanding that some may be a little bit more skeptical, have a higher buyer resistance. And we're obviously aiming to decrease the buyer's resistance and gain buyer acceptance through building rapport, through our tonality, through giving them case studies, testimonials, through basically having a really good qualifying call, and then having a really good pitch, and guiding them through the process through our own persuasion skills, ability to match and mirror and build rapport, and guiding them through the 9 steps of the pitch. All of this is set up strategically and psychologically to move this person to an easy point of actually wanting to buy and understanding how to do that, and disqualifying the people that aren't right for the program or the business. So I hope this makes sense, guys. This is all about understanding where the leads come from, so that you can move them up the buyer's decision-making process from their current state over here, which is between like a 0 and 2, which is the entry point when they come into the sales cycle or into the sales process, where you first talk to them as the closer. And we're looking to shift them up by the time you even have the 1 hour pitch and close with them. We want to shift them so that they're at a 6. So pretty much by the time you're having a second conversation with them and you're about to pitch them in a 1 hour call, they're in a great state of mind. They're pretty much ready to buy, unless you just do the complete wrong thing and you turn them off. They're pretty much ready to buy because they've seen so much value and so much content, and you've done such a great job in your first 15-minute introduction call. And then all you're doing is easily guiding them from a 5 or a 6 in the decision-making process to an 8 or a 10, and you're very aware of what that feeling is intuitively, and you're not presenting the price until they're ready to buy. You've pre-handled and pre-qualified all the objections and everything, and you've taken them through the process, and then you ask them for the business. You mention the price, you ask them for the business, and they're ready to go every time, and they don't have objections. And this is how basically I do it, and I'm very grateful to have shared this with you. This decision-making process and understanding this scale and where the leads come from is a complete game changer as a closer, so you're not going in there, you're not leaving things up to fate or the unknown. You actually have a very good understanding psychologically of how people buy and where they're coming from in the sales process, and what entry point they're coming in and what mindset. Awesome, guys. This was a very powerful video. I'd be watching it a few times. I love this when I created this for the first time and understood what I was doing when I was doing sales. So don't take it for granted, guys. This is a very powerful video, and I hope it, bye for now.